Frankie, wonderful to see you. It's the Tuesday before the Guineas weekend. I tell you what, you've wintered well, haven't you?
I did.
Look at that suntan. Tell us what you've been up to.
I used to look like this before I came to England. I escaped the COVID lockdown. I went to Dubai. John sent the Dubai Warrior there, so that was an excuse for me to go anyway. And then I managed to ride a few Said bin Sarura in Dubai. I had a couple of trips to Saudi Arabia. I had a couple of trips to Bahrain. And I spent almost 2.5 months in the Middle East. I really enjoyed. It was going down memory lane, riding for Said and Godolphin, so that was fun. And I compare to everybody else. I had pretty much a very good winter.
And actually, tell me about Bahrain. How's racing coming on there? Because there's obviously grand plans and they're investing a lot of money in racing in Bahrain.
Yeah.
I know you're very close to the Crown Prince.
Yeah, I assure you, I'm 100%. I mean, this last 6 years or 7 years I've been going is made the tremendous improvement, the quality of horses. And, obviously I'm friendly with Sheikh Issa, that is more, one of the driving forces of Bahrain racing. They got this new international race. Then last year attracted an amazing field. It was like a mini Prince of Wales. And they're really improving. They love their horses. And I really enjoy riding there. I like to ride people that are passionate about my sport, and they are definitely passionate. And it's a place that is going forward.
So welcome back to England. Should be spring. Feels more like autumn. It really does. I don't know if you've been out in the evenings and stuff, but
Cold.
I have to go out with a ski jacket, blankets.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. No, I haven't ventured out a lot, but obviously in the mornings when you go to work, it's pretty nippy. And what really we need is rain. I've been back here now for 5 weeks. You haven't seen a drop of rain, so we're relying on a lot of watered ground all the time, and it's very hard to get it right. So we need the natural rain to come and dump some lots of water on our grass tracks.
Actually, talking about that, I mean, last week you were riding at Sandown,
That's
which
right.
was preparing for a dual National Hunt and Flat Card. I mean, what was the ground like there? Because they had to have it slightly softer at one side for the National Hunt the next day, and you on Friday.
Listen, it kind of suited my horses really. Palace Piers already ran on soft ground, heavy ground in Deauville, and all guys' family, they all go on soft ground, so it kind of play on my advantage a little bit. And but it's a tough job to do when you're trying to get the jump horses and the flat horses in the same meeting. It's very hard, and I think Andrew does a tremendous job.
Andrew Cooper, that is,
That's right.
at Sandown. Palace Pier seemed very impressive. How did it feel? Obviously, it's a horse that doesn't do a lot at home, so you have to do most of the work on the track.
I mean, I because I've been away all winter, so I didn't hardly rode him in the spring, and Rab rode him, and typical Palace Pier is laid back. It doesn't do a great deal at home, and John found the Sandown race horse with no penalty, and he thought those would benefit more by running than galloping him at home, and that was the case. I went for the gears, and he gave me a good feel, and he's champion miler, so I didn't expect him to do that by winning by 8 lengths, but it just shows you how good he is.
Yeah, well, and hopefully lots of good targets for.
Yeah, I guess look at the Lockage in the near future, and Queen Anne, I guess.
And Val Koenig looks to have grown into himself. Could he be going right to the top, or?
Yeah, I mean, his pedigree suggests he can. We always loved the horse. It was just a frame of horse last year, and was just weak, and John gave him plenty of time, and now he's what we thought he was going to end up, a very nice horse. He won that race really well, and now we can look at bigger targets in the summer. He should get mile and a half, no problem, on his pedigree, and he's very, he's got little mileage, and we expect him to improve.
Right, so on to this weekend.
Yeah.
Just on your doorstep at Newmarket, we've got the Kipgo Guineas. Saturday, 2,000 guineas. It is Tuesday at the moment, so we don't know who you're going to ride yet. But most likely, hopefully, for Aidan O'Brien, who comes stacked full of horses as usual.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke to Aidan. I told him when I was available. I think he's got 5 in each guinea, so I'm hoping to get him one on one. Obviously, Ryan is number 1 jockey, so but his number 2, number 3, number 4 selection sometimes is just as good. It's look at the 2,000. It looks wow. Look at the betting. It looks wide open. You can name 7 or 8 horses that can win it, or maybe even more than that.
Well, it's a good time to go through the betting. So Joseph has actually got the favourite in Thunder Moon at 5 to 1. Then there's a whole load of horses. Wembley 6 to 1. One Ruler for Charlie Appleby 6 to 1. St Mark's Basilica 7 to 1 for Aidan. And then Charlie Hills has snuck in with a horse that was very impressive at Newmarket last time, Mutasabek at 7 to 1. Master of the Seas for Charlie again, 15 to 2. Battleground, possibly yours, 9 to 1. And then Richard Hannon's also come in with Chindit at 10 to 1. Is there any horse there, any performances that you've seen that, you know, this is a horse I'd really
Well,
like?
usually the Jurist is the best trial for the Guineas. And, you know, the first 3 are running against each other again. You could make a case that Wembley with a better draw could have beaten me, but at the end of the day, it was the best horse on the day. I think the draw will play a big part. Most of the last few Guineas is you want to be towards the stand side, and if in a Guineas like this year that it looks completely very competitive, you don't want to be stuck on the flank of the group, and it just gives your horse too much to do. So I think a draw or a stand side draw will play a big key, especially some of the fancied ones.
Certainly remember last meeting at Newmarket, the stand side on day 1 had a huge advantage, maybe day 2.
Yeah, I mean, you look, there is a force rail at the 2 furlong mark, but I, you know, if I had to have a choice, I prefer be more closer to the stand side and stuck in the middle by myself.
So in terms of stats for the Guineas, Aidan O'Brien is the most successful trainer. He's won the race 10 times. Favourites have a pretty good record in the race. 4 of the last 10 have won, and I think 7 of them, seven have been placed.
They were all Aidan's, probably.
Probably. Godolphin haven't won the race since 2013, which is interesting. And they've had a lot of, they've had 15 runners in the last 7 renewals. Most importantly, you've had 3 winners of the 2,000 Guineas. Can you name them all?
Mark of Esteem was that one by a nose. And then 1 year was running the July Cup was Island Sands.
Correct.
And then I was drawn the worst draw of 1 on the outside of the field on Galileo Gold, and we managed to win it. So it is possible to do it from a low draw, but like I said, I would prefer a stand side draw.
That was in 2016 for Al Shakab from memory. Okay, now moving on to the 1,000 Guineas, we have got a very, very solid favourite at the top there for Aidan. You've also won this race 3 times. Yeah. I think all on Godolphin horses.
Yeah, Cape Verde, Katia, and Blue Bunting.
Blue Bunting in 2011. How were they drawn?
I don't remember. Absolutely don't remember. I think Cape Verde won by 5. Blue Bunting, I was outpaced, I was stand side, and I just got there on the line. And Katia, I don't remember very much. Sorry, it's a long time ago.
No, don't worry. Aidan's won 5 of the last 10 renewals of this race. He's won it 6 times in total. Fate of the favourites. Only 2 favourites have won in the last decade, interesting enough, and not as many placed. But anyway, our favourite here we go, is 13 to 8. Then Joseph is on Pretty Gorgeous 5 to 1. Alcohol Free, certainly won't be backing that for Balding, 7 to 1. Sacred for Willie Haggis 10 to 1. And Saffron Beach for Jane Chapelheim 12 to 1.
Oh no, they never get it much wrong, the O'Briens. If Santa Barbara is that short, that means she must be burning up the gallops. the only thing she's got very little experience, and then you will wonder if it's a full field and she's got to get herself out of trouble. That could be a negative. But they got so much firepower, and I guess they on their own work must be doing something brilliant, because it's quite unusual to have also only run once to be that short for the Guineas.
Yeah, I will tell you that this time last week, Santa Barbara was 5-2, and literally it must have been burning up the gallops, because money's been piling on since last weekend. Yeah, and we're now 13-8, and no doubt we'll possibly go off shorter. I wish you the best of luck in the Guineas. There are a few other questions I want to ask you. Yeah. Obviously, John Gosden's changed a bit, and his son Thady has taken over. What's it like taking orders from Thady now?
Well, actually, I was my first day back, and I was driving to Clearhaven as a 50-year-old, and I still had the same buzz as I did when I was a kid. And then John is still 70, so we're a little bit like Charlie Whittingham and Bill Shoemaker. We've been together for a while now, and yeah, I mean, the way forward. Thady is 25 or 26. I'm not going to ride forever. John is not going to train forever. So it's the natural thing to have the joint license, like Charlie and Johnson and Cole and Crisford. Yep. So, and the Annans, and so is they're the young force, and they're gonna carry on the tradition. But at the moment, me and John, we're still going strong. We have no intention to stop.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you, how much is left in the tank at 50? You obviously had to celebrate your 50th birthday here on your own. Yeah. With your family, but and I know you were gagging to see people, but Boris decided we were going to lock down. It's proved to be the right decision. Still as keen as mustard? Yes,
still keen, still enjoying it. Obviously, as you know, I ride a lot less now, just concentrate on the big races and John. And, still enjoying it at the moment. When you ride for such a great trainer, it makes my life a lot easier. We get on really well. And, may long continue, It was quite scary when I had to write, when you have to fill in these COVID forms, and you have to write your age, and you have to put 50. I mean, that's a big number to write, but it's a number. That's sort of number. At the moment, I feel all right.
And looking further down the line, as restrictions are eased, we're going to have crowds back. Ascot could be 10,000. Goodwood could be,
full capacity.
Full capacity.
Listen, we miss it so much.
How excited are you?
Yeah, miss it so much. And you will feel like day like this weekend, the Guineas, because it traditionally is a massive race for us. I remember Franco winning, and and to do it at closed doors is we're still doing it, but it's not as fun. We got the Derby. That'd be another bad day. I.e., it's still the Derby, but having empty downs and no fanfare and no barbecue smell. it'd be a lot different. But we compare other countries. England are doing really well with vaccine and infected people, and hopefully we'll be the first one out of this lockdown, and we can enjoy our great sport.
I'm going to finish on a racing question for you. Lord North versus Mishriff over 1 mile 2 on turf. Who wins?
Be a good race. Mishriff's done nothing wrong, and Lord North was very impressive. It'd be a good race.
Obviously, you'd be on Lord North, obviously, because David would be on Mishriff.
That'd be a good question, They two very good horses, Chief. It'd be a clash to savour.
And finally, what's the thing you're most looking forward to in 2021?
I'm looking forward to Royal Ascot.
It is the Olympics of racing.
Yeah, of course. I love it. We gear most of the horses for that, and we take the very best, and then I get to ride a few for Wesley's as well. So there's lots to look forward to.
So Wesley's coming over.
I hope so. He usually has every intention to come. He did last year, and why not?
Yeah. Right, so thank you so much, Frankie.
Thank you, Chief.
I've just got to tell everyone about a few offers for new accounts. On spreads, we have got, we will give new account holders £25 of promo cash. That essentially means we'll cover the first £25 of losses. Anything you lose more than that is your liability. Anything, and you do keep anything you win over. So remember with spread betting that losses can exceed your deposit. For fixed odds clients, new fixed odds clients, if you place 4 £5 bets, 4 separate £5 bets, you will receive a £10 free bet. Remember, it is 18 plus and you must gamble responsibly. Great. So
I'll see you at the races.